Fox News has been exposed. The real reason they fired Geraldo Rivera has been revealed. Geraldo gave Fox everything: smart comments, clever jokes, and liberal views that upset conservative viewers night after night. But then something changed. Suddenly, after 23 years, Fox kicked him out and gave him a quick, fancy goodbye that didn't match what really happened. They said he had crossed a line Fox could never publicly admit was there. So, what line did he cross, and why did Fox try to hide the truth? On June 21, 2023, Wednesday morning, Geraldo posts online that he was leaving the Fox talk show he was part of. His post was professional, nice, and thankful. But there was something else hiding underneath, something dark. There had been growing tension that went beyond just different opinions and personal annoyances and complaints that he could no longer ignore. Who or what was behind these differences? 8 days passed. Then came the shocking news. Geraldo didn't leave the Five. Fox actually fired him from the show. And because of that, Geraldo was out of Fox News. So, which story is the truth? Did he quit the Five like he said on June 21st, or did he get fired 8 days later like he said on June 29th? Whichever it was, Fox News panicked. Their PR team scrambled immediately. They put out a statement within hours that they had reached a friendly end with Geraldo. The next morning on June 30th, Geraldo appears on Fox and Friends for his official goodbye. They run a fancy video package, his Emmy Awards, his Peabody Award, war reporting from Iraq and Afghanistan, investigative journalism from the 70s, exposing Willowbrook, all the highlights, all the achievements. The hosts smile, say nice things. Geraldo thanks everyone, says he loves Fox, but does he really? So, what really happened? Why the contradiction? Why the desperate cover-up? To understand that, you need to know about the man who Geraldo absolutely hates, Greg Gutfeld. That's the name Geraldo wouldn't say when he mentioned growing tensions. The two had an absolutely toxic relationship. And when the two disagreed, Fox executives always favored Greg over every single dispute. At least, according to Geraldo. Greg Gutfeld is the host of the late-night comedy show Gutfeld, regular panelist on The Five, and according to Geraldo, the main reason his time at Fox became impossible. Let us be clear about something. The Five isn't a debate show, never has been. It's a conservative echo chamber with one token liberal thrown in to create the illusion of balance. For conservatives, one liberal every single episode. The liberals' job is simple: lose, take your beating. Make the conservatives look smart, shut up and accept it. That's what Fox wanted. That's what Juan Williams did for years before leaving. In 2021, that's what they expected Geraldo to do when he joined in January 2022. But Geraldo didn't do that. He fought back hard, loud, aggressive, and Greg Gutfeld hated him for it. Absolutely despised him. You could see it on camera. The hate, the dismissiveness, the personal attacks disguised as political disagreement. Their fights went beyond normal. Television conflict, TV. They were venomous, cruel, personal. If you think we are exaggerating, let's walk you through the moments that revealed just how toxic their relationship really was. On May 4, 2022, there was a Supreme Court leak. A draft opinion showing the court is about to overturn Roe v. Wade. They're discussing abortion on The Five. Gutfeld is celebrating, saying this is why pro-lifers win. He claims pro-choice people don't have the guts to state their case plainly. Geraldo fires back, and the two really get into it and trade insults freely. It was ugly to watch. As the two continued, the studio went quiet. The other hosts froze, not knowing what to do. This isn't a TV conflict anymore. This is real hatred spilling out on live television. The segment ended awkwardly, and everyone moved on. They were supposed to, but did they really? The damage is done. Millions of people. Just watch two grown men nearly come to blows over abortion rights. But it gets worse. Before May 2022, in September 2021, they were discussing immigration. Specifically, the controversy about Border Patrol agents on horseback dealing with Haitian migrants at the southern border. Gutfeld makes comments about rising violent crime. Geraldo interprets it as linking Haitian immigrants to crime. Accuses Gutfeld of making stereotypical connections about Haitians. Gutfeld exploded and accused Geraldo of embarrassing him. "Well, be embarrassed," Geraldo shot back. The shouting escalated, both men talking over each other. Gutfeld demanded that Geraldo apologize, but Geraldo didn't and insisted that Gutfeld was making unfair connections, and so the argument spiraled. Other hosts tried to intervene and calm them down. They even tried to change the subject, but these two men hate each other. You can see it, feel it through the screen. And then there's the vaccine fight. This one crossed into threats of physical violence. So, they were debating COVID vaccines, mandates, personal choice. Gutfeld and Jesse Waters were teaming up against Geraldo and accuse him of insulting people who refuse vaccination. Geraldo had been calling unvaccinated people arrogant, selfish jerks. He had taken a hardline stance that vaccination should be mandatory. Gutfeld brought up bodily autonomy and said it was his body, his choice. Geraldo said this was an exception. Then he looked directly at Gutfeld, pointed his finger, and said he would beat Gutfeld up if he came close to any of his family members without getting vaccinated. That changed the mood of the studio. This was a direct physical threat, but Gutfeld didn't escalate, and the other hosts quickly jumped in immediately to move past it. But everybody saw what just happened. Geraldo Rivera threatened Greg Gutfeld with violence on live national television. These fights happened over and over. Abortion, immigration, vaccines, gun control, electric vehicles. Every topic became a battleground. Every disagreement became personal. And according to Geraldo, Fox executives always took Gutfeld's side. Always. When the two of them clashed, management favored Gutfeld, protected Gutfeld, gave Gutfeld more airtime while quietly reducing Geraldo's appearances. Geraldo thought it was very unfair. He claimed he enjoyed being on the Five, but the feeling wasn't mutual. It felt like Fox was punishing him for crossing a line they didn't tell him existed. Little did Geraldo know that there was one line he would cross, and there would be no way back. You see, the Gutfeld conflict wasn't the only reason Fox wanted him gone. There was another factor, another controversy, another line he'd crossed that made him too dangerous to keep around. Tucker Carlson, the breaking point. Tucker Carlson was untouchable at Fox News, the biggest star they'd ever had, pulling in millions of viewers every single night at 8 o'clock. His show, Tucker Carlson, Tonight, dominated cable news, made Fox hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising revenue. Tucker could say almost anything and get away with it. Almost anything. Then came January 6, 2021, when thousands of Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building trying to stop the certification of Joe Biden's election victory. People died. Police officers were beaten. Tucker Carlson suggested the FBI had orchestrated the whole thing. That it was a false flag operation designed to make Trump supporters look bad. That the real criminals were federal agents, troublemakers, planted in the crowd to incite violence. Tucker kept pushing it and interviewed people who claimed January 6th wasn't what it looked like. In October 2021, Tucker announced a documentary series for Fox Nation called Patriot Purge. The trailer was intense. It suggested the Capitol attack was staged by the government, that there was a new war on terror being waged against conservatives, that January 6 defendants were political prisoners. Geraldo saw that trailer and couldn't stay quiet. He posted on Twitter criticizing the claims. He said they were inflammatory and outrageous and uncorroborated. He told the New York Times that Tucker was being provocative rather than illuminating. Geraldo said messing around with January 6 stuff was dangerous and irresponsible. Geraldo said what happened was a riot that was incited and encouraged and unleashed by Donald Trump. Not by the FBI, not by secret agents, by Trump himself and his allies, who refused to accept electoral defeat. What Geraldo said about Tucker created massive problems for Geraldo at Fox. The network was standing behind Tucker and defended his theories, allowing him to spread his views about the election and January 6th because it brought in viewers and money. And here was Geraldo, another Fox personality, publicly calling out those views and openly contradicting the network's narrative, making them look bad. But Geraldo didn't stop, couldn't stop. Every time Tucker pushed the false flag narrative, Geraldo spoke out against it. Every time Tucker talked about January 6th, Geraldo was there to counter him. This went on for months. Then in April 2023, everything changed. Tucker Carlson got fired. It came completely out of nowhere. Shocked the entire media world. One day, Tucker was the king of cable news. The next day, he was gone, erased. Fox announced his departure on April 24, 2023. Just days after settling a massive lawsuit with Dominion Voting Systems for $787.5 million. Nearly $800 million, one of the largest media settlements in American history. When Tucker got fired, Geraldo didn't pretend to be sad about it. Within 48 hours, he posted online about Tucker Carlson and his January 6 theory. Those words hit like a bomb at Fox News. Fox executives were furious, absolutely livid. So Fox suspended Geraldo, but, quietly, they pulled him off the air. Then his appearances on The Five started getting canceled. First occasionally, then regularly, then almost completely. He was being systematically erased from the network's programming, pushed out slowly, punished for telling the truth about Tucker and January 6th. After 23 years, Fox fired Geraldo because he wouldn't stop being liberal, wouldn't shut up about Tucker's claims, wouldn't pretend January 6th was anything other than what it was. 7 months after leaving Fox in February 2024, Geraldo found a new home. News Nation announced he would join as correspondent at large. At 82 years old, he's still on television multiple times a week, offering political commentary. He's still relevant, still fighting, still refusing to shut up.